In today's video, we're going to be looking at the FunWhole Wild West series of building sets. These are Lego compatible building bricks. They include their own lighting, which is very cool. And if you ask me, I think they're kind of outdoing Lego at their own game. The only major shortcoming of FunWhole sets, or I would say, is the minifigures. I don't have any built, I just have them in bags somewhere. I just set them to the side when I buy these sets because I don't think they look super great, you know, compared to, I'm just used to Lego minifigures. But I'm not actually a huge fan of minifigures. You know, I'm not a collector of them. I know some of them go for crazy amounts online, but it's not as big of a deal to me. I could put Lego minifigures with these sets, but I think they look great as a display, especially with the included lighting. That's just the icing on the cake that those are included. Even if they didn't have the lighting kits, I would still say they give Lego a good run for their money when it comes to value for what you're getting. I don't know if that's going to change in the future in the US due to tariffs and things like that. For the haters out there, don't forget that Lego has factories in China as well, so it's going, you know, it'll affect a lot of things. But that's not why we're here. I just wanted to give my opinion on these sets. This is just going to be a broad overview of, as of recording this is the complete Wild West set. I purchased them over a good period of time. I've actually had them all built for a while. Just now getting around to making a quick video about them. I had planned on making a scripted video, just kind of talking about third-party building bricks on the whole, but just I'm not going to have time to finish it. It was pretty ambitious. But while I was working on that, I did reach out to a few channels to get permission to use clips from their videos. So if you are looking for in-depth reviews of these sets, you can check out She Clicks Bricks. I think she's done all the Wild West sets, or most of them, and I thought those videos were very good. High Tea Toys, a primarily Lego channel, but she has lots of FunWhole videos. And then Jang's Other Bricks, which is an alternate channel for Jang Bricks, also has some very good reviews, and I know that his videos are not sponsored, or at least they will be disclosed. He does kind of the same thing I do with the title to indicate if it's sponsored or not sponsored. In my case, I've never done any sponsored content to date. If I like something, I'll buy it and try it out. And I really, really love these sets and really enjoy building them. And I think they look great as display models. So I'm going to go into a little more depth, just kind of show how they're built and how the lighting integrates with everything. And maybe I can make some of you fans of FunWhole. They make really good stuff. So let's check it out. Okay, so if I remember correctly, the first two sets I got were the Wild West train and the station. So yeah, these are separate sets. They don't come together. Something that Bricksar pointed out, and I didn't even really notice it, and it just says freight. You know, like, so that's one of the differences. You know, I think Lego would have went a little bit further than that, than just to say freight. Although I'm sure they would just name the set, you know, freight train or something. Lego does that a lot. But you do have more detailed kind of printed bricks and everything throughout here. That's something I will mention, that every piece in these sets are printed, with the exception of the saloon. Maybe this was earlier in the series. That's probably what explains it. That had a bunch of stickers in that set, but literally everything else, it's all printed bricks, and they all look really good. So we've got like the clock up there. You've got all these signs in here. There's signs all inside of these buildings. The interiors are very well done. I actually got confused earlier with the station, thinking I was looking at the front, but I was looking at the back. So they are full 360 detailed models for the most part. It depends. Like this is a good example of it being a full 360. The saloon, I think, we'll look at that in a second, but I think like the back two edges are just kind of flat. But I do think they open up. It's been a long time since I built these. I wish I wouldn't have waited so long to make this video. I just had bigger plans for the video. I'm trying to remember if this, maybe it doesn't. I was thinking the roof came off on this one. Yeah, maybe not. But I do love how intricate and detailed the roof is with the slopes and everything. I think it's just beautifully done. Just the way, you know, like these come out up top. It's really good. And again, you can see all the lighting throughout. So you've got like a little lamp out front there, and you've got lights under there. There's lights inside. And they do a really good job of routing the wiring through the sets. It's all laid out in the instructions. They have a lot of special bricks and plates that allow the wires to run through them. And I think that's really cool. It's something I haven't seen anywhere else. And it just really sets them apart. You know, the bricks themselves, they're great quality. I don't remember any issues with clutch power or color variation or anything like that. But again, it's been a little while since I built them. But I do remember the whole time thinking, wow, these guys seem to have better quality control than Lego, because Lego's been slipping for a while. And that's why you know, at this point, I was more excited to buy all of these sets than I was with the current Lego releases. They just didn't really grab my attention. The train, I have seen some people motorize it. I'm not going to worry about it because I like it as a display model. You could keep the lighting. If I remember correctly, this comes up, and I think, yeah, so that's the kind of junction box where all the lights come together. And there is space inside for a battery box. And, you know, each of these sets include a battery box, but they also include a special USB cable. So this wire comes out of the build, USB. I'm using a charger splitter that I bought online. And then all these cables, these are like, you know, Y cables for the USB and extension cables. And I think that's really cool that, you know, I didn't have to do any extra work or soldering or anything like that to be able to light all these up on a shelf. I just bought, you know, some stuff on Amazon, just a charger and some splitter cables, and I was good to go. Something else I want to point out, just look at the boxes. You know, these boxes look really great. I mean, like, I held on to them just to make this video, and I'll probably have to throw them away or, you know, recycle them. But that's something that not all third-party companies do. They don't all have high-quality, you know, beautiful boxes. Let's also take a quick look at some instructions here. So this is a very small set. It was like maybe $20 or something. It was a kind of a value, smaller set. But even then, you've got these beautifully detailed instruction manuals. You know, the inspiration telling you, you know, about stagecoaches, you know, and here's all the stuff for the electronics, you know, some safety precautions, things to look out for. I had no issues. I didn't have any broken wires or anything like that. But they do, you know, they tell you everything that you should have in each little bag. They, you know, all the electronics come in their own little box, individually with bags. Then again, you have the minifigures, which I didn't use, but you can if you want to. The horses, which are different from Lego horses, but there's a lot of things that have to be different because Lego is so protective over their brick designs and everything. And yeah, especially the minifigures, that's a big thing. But yeah, the instructions are easy to follow. I don't remember having any issues with like identifying the colors and everything. It's a little, I don't know why I'm doing this in the shade here, but just wanted to quickly show these off. So yeah, this is for a larger set like the general store, and it's the same kind of thing. You've got these beautiful illustrations and you know, just all kinds of little extras. Like, these are the things that Lego does in the more expensive sets, and these guys do it for every set, or at least after a certain point or in certain series. I think that's really impressive. And we've got, yeah, more guidance on the electronics, all the pieces included. Each set comes with a pair of tweezers. I can show those in a bit. They have their own brick separator, which I don't think I was a huge fan of. I think I ended up using a Lego brick separator. But yeah, you've got all these instructions to test your lighting before you even put them in. These are examples of some of the specialty bricks for use with routing the wires. We can't see very well with the shade over here. I didn't think this through. But yeah, numbered bags. Very easy instructions to follow. I don't really remember having any issues. So that's really great. Let's go down a little further here. If I remember correctly, the saloon opens up in the back. Oh, I just knocked a sign off, but it will. Oh, let's turn this thing around. Okay, so yeah, you just got a little piece here you can pull out. Very plain back, like I said on this, which is different from like the station. I'll walk around my chair here, where the back is also just as detailed as the front. I think that's really cool. Let me roll this out of the way. So inside, well, now that I've got it, let me try to plug it in with one hand because I am not prepared at all. Just trying to get this done before I burst into flames out here in the Florida heat, or before the rain starts. That can happen any minute now. All right, so yeah, look at this chandelier, man. Let's see if I can get the train out of the way a little bit here. Yeah, look at the detail inside of here. This is incredible. And again, the lighting's just like perfectly integrated into all this. Again, these are stickered tiles, if I remember correctly. For this set, I don't know if any of them were printed, but again, in the future sets, they were all printed as far as I could tell. But I just think they did a fantastic job with this. It's kind of a shame that it's all up inside of here, but they do give you the option to open up the back and see it. Some of the other sets, let's see, this is the general store. And this roof piece actually just lifts right off. And now we can see inside. So we'll see what kind of view we can get here. We got lots of hats and books, a little bookshelf. More lighting. You got the gun up there. All of these, like the signs and the newspaper and all that, that's all printed pieces. I mean, they really did, just knocked it out of the park. Over here, we've got the post office. And we even got a little bird nest up there, which was it was a little bit of tricky to build that, if I remember correctly. Okay, those don't come off. Can I look at the back, maybe? I should have done this video a long time ago when I was better prepared. Okay, yeah, so we've got two different levels here that open up. So we got all kind of stuff on the wall there, all these printed tiles and everything. This is just so cool to me that they put that much thought and effort into these. Like there's some passion that went into this. And we've got like the little maybe safety deposit boxes or something there, mail, or no, this is, yeah, mail or something. Got the little cart there. I just think these are so cool. That's why I just wanted to kind of show them off, all of them together, because I went ahead and got all of them because I was so impressed with them, and they were such a joy to build. They really were. We got more horses over here. Just very well done, and just even like the roofs and everything, just how they're just very well detailed. They're not just kind of flat roofs. Here's the stagecoach we looked at earlier. A very simple, small set, but it's still got lights included. You've got like the lantern there. You've got these printed doors and everything. Got some luggage up top. Got the horses pulling everything. And we have the sheriff's office here. Let's see if it opens up. I don't remember. It does. So let me pull the wire up a little bit. This might be tricky. Yeah, so we got a couple levels here. So I guess this is maybe where the sheriff lives. He's got his bed and a bathtub. Hangs his keys right above the bathtub for some reason. And whatever that is, maybe a safe and furnace, I guess, there. Then we can open this up and look at the bottom here too. So yeah, we've got this chair, which I think was a little bit of a challenge to build just because, it's all the little bar pieces and stuff. But it works. And you've even got a lamp on the desk in the middle of the room with the wires all routed underneath the floor tiles and everything. That's just spectacular. You can see some of the wires there above the poster on the wall. So yeah, the wires are just kind of routed along, but they're done pretty well. Oh, okay. Now I can see at the top there, those pieces. I forgot about that. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, this whole top comes off. Okay, that piece was supposed to come away with it. I screwed that up, but it'd be a lot easier if I had both hands to use. But they're supposed to just come off, and then that's actually a that's a junction. That's where the wires kind of you should be able to take this off. These lights will turn off, and then you just put it back on, and it'll connect back up. But we just pulled the wrong piece, basically. Maybe I could do it with one of these others. Again, for more in-depth reviews, go somewhere else. Because I am not prepared. Maybe that one doesn't come off. This one? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this whole top comes off. And you can see the little pins there. And then you've got the little pads there, and that's where how the wires connect between levels. So we get a little better view inside of here. You get the closet in the back and all of that. Just the detail is just insane. I just knocked something off there. And if we put it back on, there we go. It lights back up. So I think that's about it. I'm sure I forgot dozens of things I wanted to say. But out of the third-party, Lego competitors out there, I think this company is just blowing everybody else out of the water. I've gotten some like Mold King sets that I didn't like. I don't really like some of their business practices. Some of the sets were actually awful. And I've done a fair few reviews of LumiBricks sets, and that's a company I really like. But I feel like FunWhole definitely has a leg up in a lot of ways with with the boxes, the lighting, the printed tiles all over the place. It's just really amazing what they were able to pull off. Okay, so my phone overheated, so we'll just pretend like this is just an intentional cutaway. This was another set that I got from FunWhole. This is the steampunk locomotive. This is a set I wasn't impressed with. This running gear, what the heck is that? Like, it doesn't really roll. It's just all just kind of random. I don't know what they were thinking there. It doesn't actually have train wheels for the rest of it. The wiring's a mess. I think this was a very early set from them. It has to be, because it was such a far cry from the other sets. But I wanted to include that. So that's why I think it's important to watch reviews of each set. Again, I love all of the Wild West sets. That doesn't mean that every single FunWhole set that was made from the early days on to now is going to be up to the standards that some of the later ones are. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in to let people know. Always watch reviews. It only takes a minute. It's not going to spoil the whole building experience, but it could save you from buying some stuff you might not be impressed with. All right, so I think we're done here for this video. I got to get all this stuff back inside and cool off a bit. But I just wanted to give my opinion on these sets. I think it's great that LEGO has strong competition because they need it. A bit of a monopoly. Prices go up, quality goes down, but competition will make them think twice about that kind of thing. All that being said, I still love LEGO. Many fond memories. I love a lot of the things they've done in the past. Just not quite as impressed with things in recent years. If you have any questions about these sets, you can drop them in the comments, or you can join our Discord. We have lots of conversations about LEGO or third-party building brick sets, and we'd be happy to have you. Thanks to the channel members for sticking with me, especially lately as I haven't been uploading as much. It really means a lot to me. Thanks to all of you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.